My name's Katie and I'm a modern quilter that loves all things sewing. Today I'm going to show you how to sew the easiest zipper pouch. You can follow along with the pattern I have available in my shop, which is just a zipper pouch pattern, and it's got 3 patterns in one. Otherwise, feel free to watch here, customize it as you want. It's a really versatile pattern. I've got actually, the one we're going to be making today is just this really simple zipper pouch. You can make it from scraps, fat quarters, fat ace, or change the dimensions however you want. As well as it comes with this nice little pencil pocket pouch, so that way you can put maybe a drawing pad in here, maybe some colored pencils, stickers, things like that. Great for kids to house all their art supplies, as well as you've got a quilted mini charm pack pouch that you can make as well, all included in that zipper pouch pattern I have available in the shop. So let's hop to it. I've already pre-cut everything per the pattern instructions, as well as have a 12-inch zipper. So I'm going to go ahead and make this super easy. We're going to go ahead and, as you can see, my patterns are very full of diagrams, and that way it just makes it easier to follow along. So go ahead and follow my diagrams, keeping my zipper upside down. So I've got my exterior fabric is going to be this fun honey fabric, and then my interior lining is going to be Bird is a Word from Ruby Star Society, both of them from Ruby Star Society. I'm going to go ahead and layer my zipper right side down. So my zipper pull is facing my exterior fabric. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some Wonder Clips here. They're great for bag making, a lot easier to move and get in place rather than pinning. If you only have pins, that works just as well. But if you got the clips, might as well use them. So I'm just lining up the raw edge of my zipper with the top of my exterior fabric, and I'm just going to double check that that's laying flat. Looks great. Now I'm just going to move this out of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and take one of my lining fabrics, and this is the right side up, wrong side. I'm going to put it right sides together facing my exterior fabric, and I'm just going to make sure the outside is lining up with each other. And then once again, just going to go ahead and line up all the 3 edges of the fabric and the zipper. So I've got a little zipper sandwich here. I've got my exterior fabric right side up, zipper right side down with the pull side on the right and facing down, and then I've got my lining fabric right side down. Now if you'd like to, you can change over to a zipper foot. I just use my 1/4-inch foot that came with my machine, and I'm just going to sew along a 1/4-inch seam right along that outer edge here. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn these out and just press both fabrics away from the zipper. You can see your zipper color will be showing. That's why I chose kind of a fun contrast color. And now I'm going to go ahead with right side up, place my lining fabric on my sewing table here, and then making sure that my fabric is lining up together. So I want to make sure everything's lined up on the edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and clip in place, lining up the zipper raw edge with my lining fabric, and just repeat what I just did. And then go ahead and I'm going to place right side down. Once again, lining up that outer edge of the fabric, and then lining up the top edge with the lining fabric in that zipper. All right, now that we have that seam completed, press these fabrics away from the zipper, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a quick top stitch on the exterior. So that way I'm just about 1/8 inch out, and I'm going to top stitch on each side of the zipper just to keep the exterior and lining fabric away and kind of encapsulate that zipper there. All right, with my top stitching done, this is critical. Make sure you unzip your zipper about halfway or a little bit further past, and then we're going to fold right sides together, your exterior fabric, and match up your points, your corners of the exterior fabric My goodness. And what I like to do is I push the teeth of my zipper towards the lining, and I fold that zipper in half. So from here, here's my lining fabric, my exterior fabric. I'm gonna go ahead, oh, I just noticed. I have my, good thing I caught that. I have my zippers one way on one side and the other on the other side. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew starting right here, maybe about 2 to 3 inches away from the edge. I always wanna make sure I leave a nice 4-inch gap in the center of my lining, so that way I can flip this whole zipper pouch right side out. All right, now that I'm at the point to flip my pouch right side out, if you use any type of stabilizer or batting, did any type of quilting, I would go ahead and just cut these, your corners at a 45, just to reduce the bulk there. That's the time to do it. And then you're gonna you left that 4-inch gap to flip your pouch right side out. So making sure you bring out your exterior fabric. And I don't quite tuck my lining fabric in yet, and I'll show you why. But this is the time to just get all those points turned out. And I'm gonna go ahead and just grab my bamboo point turner. It's a fantastic tool to have in your arsenal there. And then I'm just gonna run it alongside my seams and then pop those corners out. All right, now that we still have our lining fabric pulled out, now you wanna go ahead. You can either, once again, go to your pressing station if you'd like, or finger press a nice 1/4-inch seam allowance. And now that I've got that seam allowance pressed, finger press, I'm just gonna go ahead and top stitch about 1/8 inch away. And that way I make sure that I catch all those raw edges of the seam. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop my lining right on in there. If you'd like, you can use that bamboo point turner again. And there you have it. Get yourself a nice new zipper pouch. So in the next video, I'll show you how to sew curves without any puckers.